Welcome one, welcome all, welcome back to e-rev TV, and you guys aren't dreaming. This is TF2 on your screen. We're not messing with you. We're back, giving you guys a TF2 cast here, a little bit late, but better late than never here, as we're doing the CEVO Round 2 playoffs here. It's going to be Complexity and EMG going at it here. They've got some history this season. We'll get into that a little bit later. Before we get too far along, I'm your host for the night. My name is OneSum, and on the mic with me tonight, going to have a couple guys. We're going to have Bait. You guys may remember him from some of the TF2 casts we did way back when there, but he's going to be our pro here tonight as far as who I'm going to defer to, as I'm not a very avid TF2 player, though I pub it, but not competitively here. And also on the mic is going to be Twiz, who played some competitive TF2 as well. So guys, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I don't know about you kids, but I'm having a grand time watching this shit.
Doing great, man. We should just head right into the action, though, because this is already underway, as definitely all the fighting going on right now at the middle checkpoint here.
And that's correct. We are sorry to interrupt you. We are on Granary here, guys. Just if you guys are joining us, we're on Granary, and before we get too deep into what's going on here, Bait, Twiz, do you guys want to do a little bit of rundown on some strategy on this map, what people can expect to see here?
The control point is being captured.
Well, most likely for the mid-battle, you know, you get the soldiers up on top of the box, make sure you see everything that's going down, throwing them rockets. You have a demo man possibly pocketing, throwing up stickies, protecting that midpoint, and then the scouts go around and search while you protect the medic, and everybody uses Uber charge obviously for this because that is the best thing to do. And right now we're having a serious fight on the last point, and it looks like Complexity is going to take that one as 1-0 Complexity, but we'll see what happens. You'll most likely see what I just explained coming up right now. They're going to rocket jump to the midpoint, they're going to get on top of boxes, and they're going to figure out what's going on and go from there.
Alright, Twiz, we got a little bit of a history between these two teams here this season. They have met once before, and wouldn't you know it, they've met on this map. So, Complexity and EMG have met on Granary before, and that one turned out in EMG's favor. They actually took that 5-3. And I think that was like 4 or 5 weeks ago. So, tell you what, Twiz, you want to do a little bit of a roster rundown here on who we got on the server?
Actually, I was just disconnected from the server. You might want to hand that over to Bait real quick here.
Oh, alright. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll go down Complexity, and Bait, you can take a look here at EMG. Complexity tonight, we're going to have... let's see here. Justin, who's going to be playing the demo man right now. Relic there on the soldier. Got a scout there in Enigma. TLR is going to be playing as a soldier as well. Another scout there in Carnage. And on top of the team right now is going to be the medic there in TF. And I'm not actually sure who that is. I'll have to run through the roster again here. That's Fragile, actually. I believe Fragile. So who we got over there on the MG side is I noticed I think we might have a ringer here.
Yeah, they pulled in Pure, who is playing medic for them. As I recall, he's normally a demo, but that could be also wrong. You got EMG YZ50 playing scout, Mackie on the soldier, Tyrone or Enroy on soldier, Jiggly on scout, and Shada as a demo man. And they're pretty good players, as I recall.
Okay. Again, the winner of this match. Now, this is round 2 here. We got a pretty short bracket play here in CEVO TF2 Professional Season 6. The winner of this match between Complexity and Amazing Gaming will go on to play Blight Gaming, as they've moved on in the lower bracket. So, winner goes to the championship match. Lower bracket will go to the championship match in the lower bracket. So, one of these two teams is going to be in the finals after tonight. So, you have any predictions here?
My prediction is Complexity. I mean, with Carnage and Enigma, they're still obviously some of the best scouts that still play TF2. Relic's damn good soldier. I don't quite know who TLR is. He's new to me, but, you know, Complexity's always been at the top. They've been one of the best teams for the last 3 years, and I don't see them moving past not being one of the best teams.
And, well, I mean, they've been on top of... well, pretty much they've been on top of the North American gaming scene, so... Twiz, what do you see going on right now here as far as that checkpoint 3 there in the mid?
Just a lot of action right now. Cole definitely Complexity taking that first middle checkpoint, as you would say, and trying to push towards the fourth one. Actually, EMG coming right out here, and they're going right in straight into the action right now as Mackie is going to be the first one that goes down. TLR is very low on health right now as he's trying to come in there with the Uber. Medic's definitely staying on him. Carnage also going down there. TLR finally getting healed back up. It looks like Justin down to almost no health right now as well. And EMG most likely going to end up losing this push here.
You know what's interesting to me right now, Bait, again, coming as an outsider. Now, I'm not a complete outsider. I play this game on the daily. I love this game. Haven't stepped into the competitive area there as I'm a COD player. But, you know, it's actually interesting to me to look at the class breakdown and then notice that actually it's the same straight down the list on both teams as far as their scores. Who's in first, who's in second class-wise. Is that something to be expected here?
Actually, that is kind of odd that both sides have the exact same scoring for where their classes are. But yeah, medics normally at the top. Always good medics will have the best score. Normally, the next person is the pocket soldier, who is the guy who will always be protecting the medic. But I mean, this is one of the first times I've ever seen both demos at the bottom of the list. Normally, a demo gets a lot of points because he gets the sticky traps. And just pretty much destroys teams if he's a great demo. So that is a very big surprise to me.
All right, I'm going to take a look here at what's going on here at this third checkpoint here in the mid. Got the demo spam going up there from Shade right now. It looks like EMG is going to take the third control point. They're going to move on here towards the courtyard here, heading into that second control point towards the blue resupply, and let's see if they're just going to push right on in here. We do not don't have anybody up on the catwalk right now. Actually, we do, is we're going to have a soldier come in here. A series of kills coming in here. They're just wrecking them right now. Here comes EMG as they pick up 1, 2, 3 in a row. Take that point, and now they're just going to have to steamroll here as they have a 6v3 odds advantage here. They're going to make sure nobody's coming behind them to take that point. They're going to quick rush the last point here, and they will get it, as that's going to make it 1-1 here. So pretty good push there by EMG guy.
Yeah, that was. They got a few picks off of. I did not quite see what happened, but they got a few picks that made complexity down to a 6v3. I saw that they both had to pop Uber because EMG was pushing on them pretty hard. So the complexity couldn't save that Uber to possibly protect the next point, which led EMG to just constantly run in there and just, you know, attrition them to death pretty much.
Right, so 1-1 here. We are going to be first to 5 format, I believe, as Beta informed me there before we got started here. As we're watching right now, we do have EMG again taking that third control point. They got 6 on right now. This will be theirs in a matter of moments here, and we'll see if they're going to push on through yet again. But Beta, if you could talk a little bit sort of about the state of TF2. I know you've been perhaps out of the game a little bit here, but can you talk a little bit about where we've come from the game's release to where we are now, and maybe what the future holds?
Well, I played a long time ago. I just got back into the scene of TF2, and I mean, it still looks like it's a pretty strong game. There's still quite a lot of teams playing in TWL, ESEA, and the CEVO, of course. And you know, with what's going on in the pub aspect with all these new items and whatnot, it's trying to keep people more interested into this game, but the competitive scene doesn't really seem to be losing a whole lot of followers, because it's just a fun game to play, man. This is a huge deathmatch constantly, and it's just fast-paced, and it's just a bunch of fun. So I think we'll be seeing this game for a little bit longer. I don't know what's going to happen when Black Ops comes out, and I don't know what's going to happen with Medal of Honor, but I'm pretty sure the people who love this game are still going to stay here to play.
Indeed, sir. And I have to say, from an outsider standpoint, again, that there isn't a more fun game from a pub standpoint, in my opinion, as trash talking with your friends, all that kind of stuff. It's also a game that anybody can step into and play and have a lot of fun in the pub community without having to be an all-star. These guys are just that here in CEVO P. So Do a little bit of a scoreboard rundown here for you guys. We're going to have the Fragile on top of Complexity here. He's going to have a score of 52 here as the medic. Again, that's you're right to be expected there. As in the middle of the scoreboard rundown, we're actually going to have an Uber push here into the last control point here from EMG. It looks like they're going to take this one fairly easily here. They do, as that'll do it again. That's going to be 2-1 now for the EMG side there. Back to the scoreboard rundown here on e-rev TV. We're going to have, again, the Fragile on top there with a 52. Carnage playing that scout, playing it well. I saw him switch to a sniper a little bit there. And he's going to have a score of 27. And we've got a 20 and a pair of 18s coming from TLR, Enigma, and Relic. And Justin there on the bottom with that Demo Man with a score of 12. And I have to tell you, Demo Man can be very, very dominant, just in my small experience playing control point play here. So hopefully we'll see them speed things up a little bit here. On the other side of the spectrum, the Ringer is going to be on top there with a score of 50, again playing the medic, and we'll have a scout in second place there, and YZ50 Mackie going to be bringing up third place there with a 24, 21 from Shade, Giggly there with a 20 and a 16 from Tyrone. So a little bit of a swing here as we have Complexity taking the third control point here to us.
Yeah, absolutely, pushing there. One thing I want you to keep an eye on, Bobcat, with the camera there, is just for a little bit, go to first person on the medic and watch how these medics do this. If you're looking at this from a pub standpoint, usually when you go in, you're just healing one guy. These medics are overhealing everyone the entire time, and that's usually the key for them being able to come in there and pick up the frags.
And we've got an Uber fight here as they're kind of just standing next to each other. They're shooting at other people as, again, they know that they're not going to do any damage to each other there as Ubers are off for both teams now. As we're down to one control point here, Bates. And what are we going to see here as far as what is Complexity looking to do here to take that last control point?
Well, with what just happened, I mean, EMG had time because they were pushed back. They switched to heavy, Mackie did, which was a good decision because they couldn't switch to Complexity couldn't switch to the sniper that could easily take out the heavy. So that heavy just sat there and just unloaded some rounds and kept Complexity off that last point. They're getting pushed back right now, so they need to back up, group up, regroup, and repush as a 6. Because if they keep doing this, then they will be stuck, with less amount of people. But props to Pure, he saved his Uber from that mid-fight when his whole team went down, but he stayed alive and he kept his Uber charge up so that they could protect that last point.
Yeah, that was huge. I was actually watching him there as well, and managed to stay alive here. And they have lost the middle control point again here. So they're going to Uber charge here. They're going to be counter Ubered there. It's Soldier v Soldier here, as the middle control point is actually going to be going back in favor of Complexity here. They're going to move back here. That is Pure and his entire team actually moving back to retake that mid control point, as they do have the spawn point now, and looking to get this Uber charge back up and running here. And we still pretty much see the same composition here on both teams. We're going to have 2 scouts, medic, and demo man, and 2 soldiers here for both teams. So still running things pretty similar here. And we've got about, 9 minutes left on the clock here. I don't expect it to go that long. We'll see what happens here as we are in the 4th round here on Granary. You guys are just joining us. This is e-rev TV bringing you some TF2 coverage. Get used to it. We'll be around. Going to bring back Bait and Anger as well. Going to be doing some TF2 casting as well as myself. Twiz here always to help things out. And we'll be bringing you guys as much coverage as we can provide throughout CEVO. And we're trying to get into TWL and ESEA as well. So stay tuned for that. And we got an Uber charge here. Bait, where's this one going?
It depends. You either go up the middle or up the left. You just got to find out which one is going to be the best for you to go. Normally, Demo Man's going to be watching one side, with the rest of the combination watching the other. And this point right here, this little aspect of what we're watching right now, is a very big stalemate. It kind of decides the rest of the match. So that's why you're seeing a whole lot of people just running in, back and forth, finding a way to pick somebody, finding a way to get the advantage over the other team. Because if you lose this part of the fight, you could lose the rest of the round.
Twiz, what do you see? I'm actually taking a look here at the EMG side. Twiz, what do you see going on there from Complexity?
Still exactly what Bait was saying there. Complexity bouncing around here and just looking for some kind of a pick. Basically at that stalemate point, they're just waiting for somebody to get a little bit aggressive and maybe push out, hopefully get that pick and do the 6v5 advantage here. As we're seeing them start to come out of one of the corridors on the side here, definitely the soldiers coming out, trying to get some of the rockets off here. But Pure doing a really great job with complexity right now. So he's just keeping everybody healed up. This little bit of chips not going to be doing much. EMG definitely able to push all the way out here right now. And Ubers are pop as the soldiers coming into the left side here, trying to get up some picks. Looks like there's a couple picks there from complexity as they got 2 down. But EMG following up with 2 of their own, and now it's getting pushed right back out here. We're going to see the same thing that Bait was talking about as the soldiers going to start going up onto the top of the boxes to get line of sight here. Maybe being able to take that center.
That was a big kill there, actually, as I believe Pure there went down. So the medic advantage, they're going back to complexity. So I'm going to take a look here back at the middle here, go into a little bit of a free spectators. We got a soldier versus demo man fight here, and it's going to be Tyrone who comes out on top of that one, as he's going to get another kill there on Enigma. So he's got 2 down here. It's going to be a 2 up. I'm sorry. So it'll be a 6v2 here. Advantage EMG Bait.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Complexity did a great job. They got their picks. They came out onto the mid, but they did not notice that on the catwalk on 3rd point there was a soldier just waiting for the pick on their medic. And with that, Pure was up and then was able to come back to the midpoint because they had the the better spawn, and they were able to come back with more health, able to kill the rest of complexity. And now obviously you can see they are pushing on the last point, and they are doing a great job. And complexity is not going to be able to hold this push.
Yeah, this looks like it'll be all she wrote for this round, as they've got 3 on the control point, and yep, that'll be it there. So Team Banny here, EMG, is going to take a 3-1 lead here. So they're really pushing forward here. I think we have War Room set up, at least for EMG right now. I don't think we actually got complexity. I'm not entirely sure here. If Bobcat, you could let me know if we actually have War Room or not. I don't want to mess that one up. So let me know if we got War Room. We're going to go to that for a little bit here after we figure out if we do or not. So I'll log on to Xfire here. So 3-1 here. Momentum definitely in EMG's favor here. Twiz, Bait. So 3-1. What do you guys think here? I mean, does this sway your predictions at all?
It's definitely puzzling to me. I mean, as of late, I've always known all the complexity players. I know Enigma, I know those guys, and it's kind of odd for me to see them losing. But obviously, EMG is doing a great job, doing their part, winning these battles at mid, winning the battles in the little picks. It's baffling to me. It's baffling. I'm perplexed.
All right, Swizz, how about you?
Complexity's definitely got the big name on their side, been around forever, but EMG definitely bringing everything to the table tonight, as obviously a couple points ahead already here, but maybe it can change here. Complexity obviously pushing forward here, taking the center point. Ubers are popped here as they're coming out for EMG right now, and EMG able to take down only Justin, but Giggly and Mackie both still waiting for the respawn, so you're not going to see a big aggressive push from EMG just yet. That's going to put them back at a stalemate. We're going to see a lot of what we've been seeing before. Unless Complexity wants to try to keep pushing in here, which looks like they might do.
That's going to turn sour for him there, as actually Mackie and I think that was Shade got a pair of kills there. So Carnage and Enigma are down here. We got a 6v4 advantage here going to EMG. Let's see if they run with us to the 3rd control point here. And tell you what, we got an Uber charge building up here on Pure. Bobcat, let's do some War Room here and see where this Uber goes. Let's go to EMG's War Room.
They want to push.
I'm grabbing it.
I'm out.
Yeah, hey, scout
Let
coming.
them push.
Okay,
Soldier
they're out
coming.
right side. They're out right side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brave shit.
He's trying to jump.
Soldier coming right yard, I think.
They're in left. They're in.
Combo in left.
Scout.
Need ammo.
Motherfucker.
Scout opening
Scout's
right
in.
door.
I'm dead.
Bad Uber for us. We're okay though.
The Uber.
Soldier on the stairs. Lunchbox.
Get out. Nice. They're down too.
Fight it.
He might-
We need help
Slow it
on
down.
points. Me and YZ.
Oh, they got a soldier up top, yeah.
Your stickies all over.
Spamming it.
Soldier up top on Shade.
He's very...
Stop that point, please.
He's half empty.
All right, we're going to come back to live action here, as we saw a little bit of an Uber fight there, but Complexity going to come out on top there, Bates. So what went wrong there for EMG?
To be honest, I did not quite see what was going on. My computer kind of did a little bit of a glitch, so you might want to ask Twiz. My bad.
All right, Twiz, go.
It all just came from a couple picks there, and then Complexity ended up coming out ahead after the Uber fight there. I mean, all it just takes is just becoming a couple people down, and basically you're either forced to try to commit with those 4 or 3 people and try to take it on 3 or 4 v5 or 6, and take a chance at winning, or you get the option to fall back and just wait for the respawn and just give up that 1 point for now and continue building that Uber.
All right, speaking of the devil here, Uber is back up. If you guys are just joining us, this is round 2 playoffs here. Complexity going up against EMG here for Cevo Pete. So we are at a score right now of 3-1 here in favor of EMG. And we'll take a look here at this Uber again, as that's the exciting part for me to watch anyway. I don't know about you guys. I'm stunned at the level of the play from these scouts tonight, as they've just been phenomenal to watch here. We do have a sniper on the field here from Complexity. This is going to be Karn. As we're going to have this Uber go off here. Pure is going to be Uber charged into, well, pretty much everybody right now, as they're going to make their push here back out to this control point, see if they can retake the second one, as they got a couple guys on it, and Carnage is going to get the headshot there on the medic, and that is absolutely huge there, as they baited that medic through, got the headshot on him. And now they're going to rush through to this final point here. So we have a medic, soldier, and demo man here from from Complexity headed here towards this last point, and they're going to cap this one pretty quickly here. Can they stay on it? And they do. Complexity brings it to 3-2 here. So this could be a little bit of a comeback. I won't say comeback. Could make this one a little bit closer than it is right now. So 3-2 here, Twiz.
Yep, absolutely. Great job picking off that medic. That's going to be the key to any of these fights right now. As soon as that happens, your lifeline's just completely taken away, literally, on this game, and you're just left there. If they've got the advantage to be able to fall back to that medic and keep healing up, you just can't sit there and hold it out as long as you plan on it, as if you were to have the medic there.
All right, babe, let me know when you get back in and going here, or if you're gone for good. Sad face, I don't know. Let me know if you get back in. Let's see, Bobcat. I'm going to take a look here actually at the opposing team's medic right now. That's going to be, well, never mind, he's dead. So we're going to be here in the 6th round of play here. 2-3 right now in favor of Team EMG now. Amazing Gaming. Let's take a look here at control point number 3 here in the middle. See what we got going on here. It would appear the Complexity is going to take this one, as they've got a scout and soldier on that. Looks like it's going to go down now, and we're in a 3v6 situation here in favor of Complexity here as they move on to this next control point. Now we don't have War Room, Ventrilo, or Mumble or anything like that for Complexity, but we do have it for EMG. So I'm going to do a little bit more War Room here, as people have been requesting that, and we'll go to EMG's War Room now. Bobcat, take us away.
Demo's failed twice.
They want the fight.
Go down
Here.
I'm going
I don't want to
down.
give them the point. They're down
Just
one.
fight it, dude.
What the fuck?
I'm out drop down. They didn't see me.
He's got that.
They're running
There's-
crits.
there's 30 seconds left.
Demo dead.
Don't let them get
They're
it.
in Z.
No, they
They're
can't
running
get it.
crits.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
That was
Let's
bad.
go. Soldier down.
Don't go in.
There's another soldier.
18
That's
18 seconds left.
Just
15
scout.
seconds left.
Scout.
They can't get it. It's fine.
Top notch.
Good half. Go after them. Good half.
It's game.
Yeah, that's how.
I thought it was game.
All right, we'll come back here, as this is going to be a 4v2 situation right now, as we're going to have a couple respawns coming in here pretty quickly, as EMG does have the advantage here. And that is going to be good half there, so 2-3 here as time is run out. And tell you what, Bait, are you back in yet? Let me know.
Yeah, I'm good, baby.
All right, so you know, we're at halftime. You know, does that really change anything here on this map? Because I mean, it is a mirror, correct?
Yeah, it is a mirror. Nothing really changes. Nothing's that big of a difference. The only difference is maybe that Complexity is going to be able to get back here, quickly talk about some stuff and figure out what they need to do better to, you know, turn this match around and beat EMG so they can get to these finals.
All right, as looks like we're headed to well. What can you two guys tell me about this map?
I don't actually know if they're going to be playing well. I think they're just that was a possible switch on their own server, because as I recall, yeah, they were going right back to
Son of a bitch,
Granary.
we're back. All right, I could have sworn that it was only one map. So again, I'm a little new to TF2, so we'll have some fun at Want Some Expense tonight. Twiz, go ahead.
Yeah, to answer your question there, Eric, a well is actually something that holds water underground, just for future reference of all of our viewers there. I'm going to kind of inform us of that. Even though we didn't get to see one, a lot of houses in the country use wells. Just an example for you.
That's good to know. I mean, I feel like I learned something tonight. So, looks like we got a couple people missing from the server, but here they come. They're coming in now. So, Bait, I know you've been out of the scene for a little while here. Now, we drug you back in here, put you in a closet, and just made you cast tonight. But you've been away, but you know more about these teams than I do. Now, of these two teams here, going into of course the winner of this will go to the finals here of CEVO. But what do you think of the players here? And I don't know if you've taken a look at it or not. On the team that is the loser will face in the lower bracket in that Blight Gaming team. Can you tell me anything about them? I can read you some names here if you need me.
If you read me some names, I could probably do some. But at the moment, I'm not looking at anything. So.
All right, here for this Blight Gaming team, we got Oplad, I believe that's who I talked to last night, Drone, Smacka, Platinum, Sequel, Blackie Monster. Gonna have Messer, Harblu, and Valen. Do you know anything about those guys?
Oplad's been around for a very long time. As I recall, he was with Pandemic a while back with Carnage, before it was the Enigma Carnage scene, if I can recall. Blackie Monster, we actually casted at the GXL in 2008, and he was a monstrosity of a sniper, always has been, very good player. Harblu, I believe, is a medic, one of the best, up there with the Fragile, and other than that, I don't really know Smacka, I don't know the other people, but, if you're in CEVO P, you're obviously got something good going on, so that's what I can tell you from that.
All right, as I put him on the spot there. So we're waiting to get underway here. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. But again, if you guys are just joining us, we're going to be casting a lot more CEVO TF2 for you guys in the coming weeks, at least, as we've just gotten the rights to cast that, and we're going to cover it for you guys, as well as we're going to try and break into TWL, ESCA, all that business. If you guys are multi-gaming fanatics, e-revs where you guys want to be at for all your esports coverage, we will be running a release party for Black Ops the night it comes out. If you guys are interested in the game, we've also done a series of roundtables and all that kind of talk about the game. So if you guys want to stop by and check out our site as we bring you guys all kinds of stuff, Counter-Strike, TF2, COD. We're going to be jumping into League of Legends potentially if that gets patched. And Twiz is actually the guy to talk to about League of Legends, man. If you guys haven't checked this game out, Twiz, tell him a little bit about it there, as I think I was kicked from the server. Well, no, I'm back. But tell them a little bit about that game here as well. We're in Ready Up here.
League of Legends and RTS, kind of Dota style play. If anybody knows me, I've been a big fan of Dota for a while. Got into Heroes of Newer, started casting that for e-rev TV, and actually ended up kind of starting the strive for the million casters that are out there for Han. So be looking for us to go back to some more Heroes of Newer. League of Legends spec mods supposed to be releasing soon, and we're definitely going to tap into that, as it is a very, very large scale game with tons and tons of players, and it's going to be pretty exciting to take that on.
Again, pretty fun game to play there if you guys haven't checked that out. So, still in Ready Up here. Not quite sure what we're waiting on, but they're asking for a Source TV pass. I don't even think Source TV is running. So, Bobcat, I don't know if you can get a hold of that admin or not. I don't know if they're talking to us about that or not. Alright, so we are, let's see, scores 2-3 right now, Bait. We saw a round come back there from Complexity, and 2-3, one round down here as far as we're gonna never have to play here. So does that change anything, getting that extra round there before half?
It does. It relieves pressure, makes you, you're probably more confident. You're most likely going to be trying to take either more risks trying to win this match as quick as possible, especially against a team against Complexity. Once you have the advantage, you want to keep that advantage, and you want to just end it as quick as possible before, possibly something clicks in their heads and they turn into the beasts that they are. But so far, EMG is doing a very good job of keeping down their soldiers, who are very good soldiers. So, I mean, it's pretty much been left up to Carnage and Enigma trying to win this match for them.
All right, are we live now? Did I miss something? I think we're live now. So
I believe so.
okay, we're live. Time to get excited, people. As looks like this is going to be EMG taking this third control point now, taking that mid control point, unlocking the next one here. As they're going to move relatively quickly here. Mackie with a nice rocket jump there. Going to run into a scout here and just num him right up as he makes easy work of him there with that rocket launcher. And Bobcat, if you could take a look at Mackie here, he's on quite the run right now. Moved very quickly across the map here, headed into the top catwalk right now. And looks like the rest of his team is going to follow suit here. They do have an odds-on advantage here by 1, as he's going to have to retreat there and get healed up. Do we have any changes here in what people are playing right now, Bait or Twiz? Do you guys notice anything, or we still got pretty much the same makeup here?
We pretty much have the same makeup. The only difference is right now with Complexity trying to defend, they are switching to off classes. For instance, Enigma is going engineer, so that he can put up a sentry, possibly add an extra part of defense, so he can roam around, use his shotgun, and then have that sentry protect the point. You might also see Carnage switch to sniper, possibly get a pick on the or a headshot on the medic, so you won't have to worry about that Uber when they go in, because at the moment EMG does have an advantage. They are the ones controlling this point. They have the advantage in the score, and they can just sit here and make sure that they can get this point as best as possible.
Alright, tell you what, I'm going to take a look here at the Complexity defense here, if Twiz, you want to take a look there at what's building up there on the EMG side here. I'm sure there's an Uber rush coming. I'm actually, Bobcat, going to take a look here at Carnage, who is playing the same spot he's played many around here. Taking out that scope, watching the doorway here, looking for a pick, tags up somebody there. So that's a pretty common spot. They're going to have a guy playing in the corner. Here comes the Uber rush here, Twiz. Looks like they're going to rush the point here, as that Uber's being spread around. And going to be a pretty close one. We do have a counter Uber on the field there, though, Twiz. So things could be looking a little bit glum here for EMG.
Yeah, definitely. As Complexity or EMG losing 3 members there, Complexity doing a great job defending that point. And you're going to see a little bit of push out of them here, so they're going to come up and take the second point back from them here. And probably going to see them maybe even push forward a little bit and touch a little bit on the center point as we're waiting for a couple EMG respawns right now. And the one advantage EMG definitely going to have going in this, a little bit ahead on the Uber charger right now, but TF definitely still building his right back up there. There's all the action focusing right around here. Is Justin and TLR both taking up 2 frags there. Benny and Mackie going down, and they're just going to push right in here. Complexity building up all the momentum that they had before, and I think we're going to see a comeback this round.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt here with a little bit of a noobishness question here from me, Bait. The class makeups that everybody's using. I mean, I understand the scouts, I understand the demo man, I understand everything. But it's pretty class specific until you get into, you know, maybe the last control point on either side here. Is that the same on every map in that aspect, that you might see a sniper in certain situations, but is this the makeup you see on pretty much every map in TF2?
The normal 6 that you always see, that is a normal thing for pretty much every single map. There are certain exceptions on specific types of maps that you will, if you have a specific player that is good enough at a class, you will use. For instance, if this team was playing on maybe Yukon, they'd be using a sniper, because that is a very open map and very easy to snipe, very easy to conceal a sniper. But most of the maps, they have these little niches that you'll have, and you'll see where you'll see possibly somebody switch to a different class to gain an advantage or trick another team into something that they might not have. Hide a heavy in a corner, hide that sentry off somewhere else so that they can possibly, you know, change up a team slot and confuse the other team into possibly making a mistake.
Alright, there you guys have it again. I apologize if I'm making any tragedies in the world of TF2 tonight. It's not my game of choice, but I enjoy it. and it's been a lot of fun to watch tonight, and a lot of fun to cast in the future. If you guys are just joining us, this is your first TF2 cast in some time here. So we'll take a look here at, well, he's actually going to die as I was on him. Scope is out again here. It's going to be on the other side of the spectrum now here, as this thing is taking a full swing map side to map side here, as we're going to take a look here and see if they can take this last point here, as Complexity is going to be on the offensive here, and looks like we're building up Uber charges here to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you caught that last one. Actually, the last big fight that we had here, one of the scouts were able to push in there, get a couple good shots on the medic, force him to pop that Uber early. But let's get back to what the action is right now. It's Complexity pushing hard out here with the Uber. The scouts and the soldiers going in there trying to pressure that medic. First person to go after the medic is down there. Complexity definitely looking ahead right now. But EMG trying not to fall behind as Mackie and YZ50 both picking up frags. Ginsley grabbing another one out there, and that's going to force Complexity to push back. What a great turnaround there, as that medic did go down, but Complexity doing a great job defending and even trying for a little bit of a counter push there.
And Bait 3v3 or 3v4 right now here, but you know, what are we looking for here in Complexity being able to move on to take that second point on the blue side there?
Well, they're going to sit up right here, possibly push back in, because they have the advantage in spawn. They took out Shade, which is their medic right now. Actually, he got changed from the demo slot, and you know, on this last point and these other points, it's pretty much whoever pops the Uber last is normally the team's going to win, and whoever can keep the advantage of keeping their players alive is normally the team's going to win on those battles. And what's happening on this last point is that in order to get in, these teams are having to pop their Uber to try and force the issue, in which that case, you know, the defending teams obviously got the advantage of popping their Uber late so that they can keep their team alive and push on them, on the offensive team, with their Uber.
Alright, there you guys have that. You know, how does time factor into this, as far as, you know, how the score ends up?
Alert, control point is being captured.
Well, right now they're trying to cap that last point, and they will succeed. Complexity gets that. They are now tied. With time, you know, we only have 22 minutes left, and it is a tie game at the moment. So now it is back to 0-0, and they finally pushed the issue. They got on there. They got this even. So now time really doesn't have any factor. Before that, they needed to, you know, get that point to even it up or get in front so that they could not worry about the time. They would possibly go into overtime now, but now we don't really have to worry about the time.
Alright, so here in this next round of play, some early kills coming out here from the scouts there. Carnage with a great shot there. He's going to take out Giggly there, and here comes Complexity, guys, as they're going to knock him off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row there. They're 6 up to the 1 here from EMG. Mackie is so ronery right now by himself. Let's find him and see where he is running to feverly here, as they're going to push all the way to the second point here and get pretty close to capping that here, as they believe, yeah, they will cap this. They have 5 on now, as this is a full-on retreat here from EMG, as looks like I'm going to be following Carnage here, as he is in a fight with a soldier here versus, and he's actually going to get an Uber here, so we've got a scout versus soldier. Soldier is medicked here, as they're going to spread the love around there with that Uber. They're moving into this last point here. Can Complexity take the lead, as they're getting beat off right now by a couple of scouts there, as that sounded horrible. But they do get that round there, so we have a tie ball game here. I believe this is, or no, I'm sorry, this is Complexity's winning now. I believe it is 4-3 now. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Nope, you are correct.
As, ladies and gentlemen, I just said beat off on national internet television, so my mistake there. Twiz, take her away.
I'm sorry, still reading over your comments. I tried to make this show as educational as possible by giving you guys a correct example of what a well is, and you go off and ruin it by talking about it beating off on the air. But here we are back to the middle action here, as we are going for that center control point. Just like the pretty standard setup here, like Bait was talking about, all these soldiers going up towards the top of the boxes there and basically looking for picks around that medic, or people straying too far away from the medic from getting healed. And again, Complexity coming out here and taking down 5 again, 6 again. Complexity just dominating towards the end of this ball game, definitely carrying the momentum through this, as they're going to go through, take the center point, and easily push forward towards the 4th.
Okay, guys, So here comes Complexity again. Bait. You know, my hair's standing up here, man. You might have called this one.
Well, Complexity doing what they do best. They are always at the top because they know how to just go about finding out a team's weakness and rallying back from almost anything. This is kind of their MO, and they're obviously working it to the best of their ability.
And looks like they'll be taking this last spot here, and yes sir they do. That's good game, guys. Complexity takes it 5-3, and a big push there in that second half here. So Complexity moves on. They will face Blight in the bottom, or I'm sorry, Complexity is going to the championship. Sorry guys. We will see EMG facing Blight in the lower bracket. So EMG not done yet. We could see a rematch here of Complexity versus EMG, perhaps in the final. We will be casting, if all things go correctly, we will be casting this EMG versus Blight here on e-rev TV, and giving you guys some more TF2 coverage. So any final thoughts here, Twiz, Bait, you guys go ahead and kick in.
Since Bates not going to pop in right away, I wouldn't pop in. Exciting match there, and it's what everybody wants to see. You don't want to come and see a complete wipeout when you're looking at any kind of competitive gaming, and that was just great to see the comeback from Complexity, because at a time, you know, we were all feeling bad for them a little bit. They were starting to fall behind, and here they come out of nowhere and boom, and just completely sweep the rest of the match there. Really did a great job picking up their momentum, so congrats to those guys on picking up the W here.
There was one point I do want to point out. There was the push on the last point that we saw before Complexity completely changed the entire game around, where Mackie actually went heavy and went to the opposite side of the Uber, but they had already popped Uber and actually went in on the last point, and he ran all the way around the second point into the last point and took way too much time, especially as a heavy, to get anywhere near the battle and actually be effective. And at that point, Complexity took out their Uber, took out the rest of the team, left Mackie there, destroyed him later, and then went on to push for the entire rest of the match, and obviously ended up with a very big win. That was just something that I noticed possibly might have changed the momentum of the entire game.
Alright, there you guys go. Some insight there on what we just saw. And again, stay tuned for some more TF2 from e-rev TV for Bobcat on the video tonight. So big ups to Bobcat for doing the video. For Twiz, Bobcat, and Bates, my name is Eric Once-Polly, and we will see you guys later. e-rev TV signing off. We're out of here.